moved by the sound of his voice, and seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken for my regard. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And through it all, it is well. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well with me. Far be it from me to not believe, even when my eyes can't see. And this mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And through it all, it is well. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well. It is well. So let go, my soul, and trust in him. The waves and wind still know his name. So let go, my soul, and trust in him. The waves and wind still know his name. So let go, my soul, and trust in him. The waves and wind still know his name. and will still know his name. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And through it all, it is well. And through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me.
Is anything making you anxious right now? If so, you're not alone. All of us struggle with anxiety from time to time. To get a better sense of how that might play itself out, I sat down and I talked to Donna Gamble about one of her experiences with anxiety. So can you tell me about a time where anxiety got the better of you?
Well, when you ask that question, I start thinking back to the years when my boys were small. They were toddlers, and we were being stationed from DC, from Bolling Air Force Base, DC, to Guam. A flight of 18 hours. And instead of thinking about what a wonderful time I'm going to have in Guam, being on the beach, being in the sun, all I thought of is I'm going to lose my boys during this flight. So what to do if I lose my boys? First of all, they have to be attached to me at all times. I had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. But then I started thinking, okay, we're going to get on the plane. The plane might explode or go down. And then who's going to know that my boys were on this flight? So the genius thought that came to me was to put their identification in each pocket. So both pockets of their pants had a sheet saying their grandmother's name, the phone number, boy's name, and I'm hoping that I thought that of their boy's name, but I know I wanted my mother to be told that the boys were blown up. So in case one leg was in the water, one leg was up in the air, they'd be able to identify my children. So that was the first thought that came to me, instead of all of the fun that I can have on an island for a couple of years. So
did you actually do that? Did you actually put their names?
I did do it. I put it in both pockets and then pinned it to the back of their shirts. Didn't tell my husband. I didn't want him to know how crazy I was. But that was the one thing I thought of, was not even that we may die or down in the family, but that I wanted them to be identified and found.
Did actually going to the trouble of putting their names in their pockets and on their shirt give you any kind of relief from your anxiety?
I felt a bit of I don't know if it controlled my anxiety, put it down a bit, but it made me, I guess it did give me a little sense of control, that if this is going to happen, I'm playing into that. If it's going to happen, I know that my kids will be found. In pieces, but they'll be found.
How did the trip actually go?
It was so uneventful. Very uneventful. It was a long trip, but we made it. And we're here.
So if your current self could talk to your younger self, what advice would your current self give to your younger self about that trip?
Oh man, calm down. Enjoy the moment. Take a little time to think of the things that you can enjoy instead of the things that could go wrong.
Thanks, Donna. I really appreciate you sharing that story. It was funny and very, very honest. And I think we've all been there. We probably all have a story somewhere of some crazy thing we did because of our anxiety. One of the things I wanted to point out, though, is Donna's story is such a great example of how anxiety works. that we get caught up on one thought, one repeated thought, and that drives all of our focus. I think that's how anxiety gets the better of us, is that it takes us down one particular route of catastrophic thinking. Something is going to go wrong, and it's going to have dire consequences. So you heard her say she was not able to really think about how great it would be to live near the beach in Guam, how great it would be that she was, and of the things that could have gone wrong on the flight, she didn't go to, we might miss a flight. She didn't go to any number of other mishaps on the flight. She went to just the one catastrophic thought: plane will go down, all will die, bodies will, possibly be torn limb from limb, no one will know. So how do you avoid that one negative thought? What if you were to have an alternative to it? To imagine a different outcome associated with the very first step in that process. So in Donna's scenario, at some point the plane was going to crash. But what if instead of the plane crashing, they hit turbulence? Or what if instead of the plane crashing, everybody was going to be super irritable because they'd been on a plane for 18 hours, a much more likely scenario. And start thinking about that thought rather than this catastrophic thought. Or to plant the actual other outcome, which is we're going to get on the plane, it's going to be a long flight, and it's going to be awesome when we get there. And I can't wait to get there. The thing is that you need to be on guard about letting that one thought, that one really negative thought, have that much space in your head. So whatever you can do to avoid letting that thought run wild, do it. So I'd like to leave you with just one question, and that is, can you think of a similar time where anxiety got the better of you? And what might you do differently if you were to face that same situation again? Be sure to check out our continuation of the Anxious for Nothing series this weekend at Mass, either in person or online.